Hello everybody, this is Barbie. I'm here today to show you how I would make this particular envelope page we had talked about in my last video. I hope all is well and everybody is enjoying their day. I am enjoying my day. I've been working on trying to kind of get things organized so that maybe this won't be quite so long. Because when I do it, it takes me all day long just to do one page, if I'm lucky. But that is like looking around, deciding what I'm going to do, etc., etc. You know what I mean. So I'm trying to organize myself so that you will not have to endure my, you know what I'm saying, looking around. Okay, to review people who maybe did not see my last video, this is what I did yesterday, or I showed you yesterday. This is an envelope, and this piece right here is a piece of art out of a book that I wanted to be sure and not cut up. So this is what I came up with. And this is the flap, or the yeah, I guess you call it the flap to the envelope. And I just wanted to be able to stitch it into my signature. So, and I didn't want to cut this painting up. So this is how it's going to fit. Well, let me see. Let me get a. For those who weren't here last time, let me grab a page real quick. This is how it's going to go in there. Of course, that's going to be clipped down to little Tim Holtz. So it would go into the signature and be stitched in like so. Now it could be the very center of the signature and you would see all of this together. So that's why I tried to kind of keep in mind what colors are in here, as to if I had to put the page right next to it, then it would be okay. But my thought is right now I'm probably going to put some more pages in, so this will be what you see on one side, and then, you know, another signature would be in here. Okay, so that's fairly simple and straightforward. Okay, then I made a pocket out of this. This is the base of the envelope. Then I used a CD case and attached it. And then I made a pocket here. And I slit the top open so we could have a tag in there. And I don't remember if I had done that or not. But this is what I did. I think I had, yeah, because I did the snippet and put the snippet in there. And so that slips in the top. So this little tag that goes in the top. And then this is another tag that would go in here. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to, oh, and this, I don't know if I showed you, yeah, I showed you that. This is Artie Mae's kit. Foxglove, I was trying to think of the name of it. Okay, so let me get that out of the way. This is what I have. I decided, instead of using a CD case, I found these little papers here. I mean, these little, what do you call it, index dividers for like index cards. And this is what, you know, they're heavy duty manila type folders. And I had already made a file folder out of it by attaching two together, you know what I'm saying, and covering both of them. So I didn't want to make it quite that bulky. So I just decided that what I was going to do is cover this both sides, and then I was going to incorporate it onto the flap here, but we'll talk about that in a minute. First of all, I measured my page with whatever size envelope you have. It may be too large, and if it is too large, you're going to have to cut down your envelope, and you're also going to need to decide if you're going to want the top open or the side. So since last time we did the top, I'm going to do the side this time. So the envelope itself was totally too big, so I measured it, cut off this, so this is open right now, see, and also cut off the top. So this is what we've got. So this little Tim Holtz packing I'm going to use as a, I've got to cut it down a little bit, but I'm going to use it as a journaling card to put inside of this envelope. And this is the other half of the envelope from the original one I showed you, where I'd used a half of an envelope. And we're going to do it just a little bit different, just to give you some different options. So that's where we're at right now. All right. So the first thing I think I need to do, since I have decided I'm going to close this up, and I'm going to leave that open. And what I want to do then is, I want to, after I close this up, and I get some, before I put my paper on here, I'm going to glue that like so. Then this will be a pocket that opens up like so. And so if this goes into my journal, and I'm going to stitch it here, and then this is going to flap over the top like so. Oops. It's going to flap over like so. So I want to be able to put my journaling card, if I flip it up, it's going to be able to be flipped up. If I flip it up, I want to be able to put my journaling card in this side right here, because this is the front side. The other is the back side. I call it the back side because this is the side that's being stitched. And it's just usually easier. You've got more room to slide your card in if you kind of keep it to the front part of the page like so. So that's the game plan. Now, let's just get started here. Now that I've totally confused you, imagine. All right, I'm going to show you though. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is glue this down right here. And there was a little piece of, let me show you. I just tore it off. This section right here, there was a section over here. And because it was raised like that, I just decided to go ahead and take it off because it was non-functional. If you know what I mean. It wasn't necessary. This glue here is not coming out like I want it to, so I'm going to try to get it on a stop before I get started. It's always something stopped up when it comes to glue. All right, there you go. Oh, that won't fit in the hole. That hole's too small. Okay. Hopefully we can get this done without too much, making it too long rather. I need to get my glue thing out here because I don't want to get glue all over my mat, especially when it comes to the using the 3-in-1, it messes your mat up. Okay, so we've got that done. Now, the next thing I probably want to decide on is this flap, I'm thinking. Or maybe I'll go ahead and put my paper on here. Which way do I want to go? I think what I want to put on here is a little bit heavier, maybe like cardstock, because it's going to be a pocket, and I don't want this to be weak here. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So any cardstock I've got, maybe I'll just use some, maybe I'll just use some tea-dyed paper. That's always a good thing to do. So what we want to do here is, we're going to glue a bead of glue right along this here, this fold. But we want to stay away from the fold itself by about an 1/8 of an inch. And then we'll glue it down here and here and here. And then we'll put glue all in here, and that will cover up this hole here, but still allow your pocket to be free, if you know what I mean, jelly bean. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is, I'm just going to glue it on like so, and I'm going to use this glue. I hope there isn't a glare Make sure I'm recording here. That'd be a bummer. Oh yeah, I've already been mouthing for 10 minutes. My goodness, I can't believe how time flies when I'm doing this. Okay, what we want to be sure and do is be careful and don't glue the inside of this, because then we won't be able to get our envelope in. I mean, my mouth's moving and my brain's not working because my mouth's moving. Doesn't work too well anyhow. Okay, this is where we're going to put our journaling card in, is what I'm trying to say. Get scattered here and not even finish my sentence. It's typical. So I hope y'all are crafting today, and I hope you will all try this little idea, because you can do basically, it doesn't have to be done this way. Once you do something like this, the nice thing is that all of a sudden your brain starts working and it's seeing something that you never saw before, because maybe this is my deal, is a lot of times I forget exactly how someone else did it. I saw the gist of it, but I forgot how they actually did it. So then I have to figure out how they did it with my own spin on it. And a lot of times that's what happens. It's not exactly the way they did it, but it gets the job done. And it also stimulates your thought process. And all of a sudden you start seeing things that you never saw before and ideas that you didn't think of before. So in that aspect, it's really good to try these different things. So I'm hoping that y'all will, I know it's daunting when you first start out, but I'm kind of, I like to try new things. And I like to change it around. And a lot of times I'll have an idea, way I want to do something. By the time it's done, it's totally different, which is a good thing. Okay, so now, let's see. We've got our little page here, this envelope that we'll open up, and it will go all the way in. And we'll make sure that nothing is stuck. No, it's good. Okay, now, I tried to stay away from the edge here a little bit because kind of fiddly, because I didn't want to get too close. So I come back and put a little bit of glue in there, because you want the edge to be glued good, not shut, but good. Yeah, like that. So just open it up and squish it in. And like this little piece right here, which is that inside flap, the other one I tore out, that has to be sure and get that glued good, because your journaling card, of course, is going to hang on there. It's going to be frustrating. And always when I make my journaling cards, and I'm sure you know this already, but I'll mention it just for maybe those that are new at this, I always try to make sure that when I do my journaling card, it is give me a good 1/4 inch on either side to make sure it's not too tight. There's nothing more frustrating than trying to shove a journal card in something and it gets stuck. Okay, so now we've got the basis for that done. And let me kind of start thinking about this. Okay, the edge, we don't want, this is the edge of the journal. So we don't want this tabs, well, this tab could stick out as like a tab, which is, yeah, okay. It's a good idea. See? That's what I'm talking about. Once you start laying stuff down, all of a sudden you see opportunities. There's an opportunity right there. Okay, what I'm thinking is, I want one of these sides to be, okay, I think I'm going to do it this way. Yeah, I'm going to do it this way. because I want one of these sides to be a tuck. So this little tab down at the bottom, I don't have a lot of tabs at the bottom already, so that's a good idea right there to put it like so. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this, and I'm only going to glue here, here, and here underneath, and then we can use this for a tuck. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Okay. But before I do that, I've already got a piece cut out here because I wanted to save time. This is all about apple blossoms. And there's rose on that side, but apple blossoms on this side. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right. Now that we've got that figured out, let's get it glued down. Now, truthfully, I would probably stitched around this, but since we, it's going to make my camera shake if I stitch. So we'll forego the stitching. And once you get it all glued in, you really can't stitch around it. So it's now or never on that process. Okay. Very lightly, because it starts sticking right away, so you have to be real careful about how much pressure you put on it till you get it exactly where you want it. And this is a bit of a tedious part, but it saves time. Okay, get my little wipey. I don't know what you call it, but you know what it does. All right, that looks pretty good. I see a little bit needs to be trimmed. And now we're ready to You can always come back later if some of these little edges aren't exactly glued. You can always come back and glue it. So we'll move on. Okay, the other thing is make sure you got it turned correctly. Okay, I believe this is the way we decided we were going to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of line up the edge here with that. Then I'm going to take me a little clippy. So I want to keep it straight. You can use a paper clip or anything. You know, before I do that, I better think about what I want to put in here, because it's going to be a lot easier to put something in there right now. So, yeah. Let me see what I got here. This will look pretty. This is Artie Mae's paper, and it's free. It's Digi She Did. And just need to go to her shop and look up, I think it's on her Facebook page, and I forget where else, but anyhow, it's a free download, and it's really pretty. I'd have paid good money for it. I would have, because I've used it in this, yeah, it's just perfect. I've used it in here numerous times. And I just printed it on copy paper, because I was going to use it mainly for collaging. But it has ended up to be a really perfect for this journal. I gotta turn it around so I can see it. I'm sticking my head in the middle of the camera. And keep it away from your fold. always remember, keep it away from the fold. It'll save you a lot of grief. Yep. And the good thing about this envelope is it's kind of a cream color. So it isn't white, stark white, I'm trying to say. It's a little bit more pleasing as far as being too stark. Okay. There we go. So we got our background down. Now, this is sort of slanted here, and I'm thinking probably what I need to do is to slant this a little bit. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that because it's offending me here. It's offending me. There. Okay. Now we're ready to glue this on, because you see we need to center this a little bit more on there because of that little, yeah, you know what I'm saying. All right, hold that there, and I'm just going to run a bit of glue across here. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. About to get messed up here. Write that off, wipe it off. This is going to be a pocket. We don't want the bead glue going all the way across. It's going to be a pocket. Okay. See, it's real easy to get messed up, so you got to think about what you're doing here. So I'm going to just estimate wherever I need to put that, run that bead of glue just on 3 sides, not across the top. Let's see what we got here. Yep. There you go. So now we've got this little pocket here, which will give you another pocket. Okay, that's good. All right, we're on a roll here. Next thing, I found in the book here the writing that talks about, where's it at? The right one here. Here it is. It talks about the beauty of apple blossoms, and which that's what this is here, is apple blossoms. And I thought that would be really pretty there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put something back behind here, and I'm thinking a piece of fabric would be perfect. So I think I'm going to, since we've got a tea-dyed background, I think I'm going to do something like that. And it really picks up the brown and the butterfly. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is find out how much we need here. I'm going to rip it. So I can measure it. It's easier to measure that way. Yep, that's good. Tell you what, that's the best thing I ever had. I had bought it at this material was on some curtains I had bought at what's the name of that place? Oh, I'll think about it in a minute. And when we moved, wherever that place was, when we moved, I couldn't use the curtains. They were the wrong size, you know, as it goes with curtains. So I was not wanting to throw it away because it was really nice fabric, and then it hit me. I was getting ready to purchase some of this, look just like this, online, and just for a little piece, you know, it's expensive because someone has to process it and tear it up and ship it and everything. You know, I'm not saying that it, you know, it was high. It wasn't. But here I had all this fabric available, and I thought, use the fabric you got, and it's just been marvelous. I am telling you, I have just been so happy that I happened to understand what I could do with it. Usually I'm brain dead and don't realize I could have used it for something until I've thrown it away or given it away or something, and it hits me all of a sudden how beneficial that would have been. But I thought about it this time. Okay, I think I'm going to take a little bit of that off right there because it's a little bit thick, I think. And I'm going to put some another layer of lace, I think, underneath it. And I probably will use my vintage photo and just very lightly. I don't like it to get too, just enough that it distinguishes the edge. And it looks a bit old. Okay, now we need some lace. Okay, what kind of lace here? This is some other lace I tea-dyed, so let's see how this would look. Should I put it all the way across? Or should I just put a little bit? I think I'm going to put just a little bit and offset it a bit. Whoops, dropped that on the floor. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah. Or should we do it like that? I think that'll be in the way of putting stuff in. Plus I have to remember that this is going to be stitched here, so I think I need to do it the other way. Yeah, like that. And then I'll off-center that a bit, just to give it some interest. That'll work. All right. I see this is the point I would actually stitch that on to the lace. But again, when you're doing a video, it's some things you just not feasible to do. And the way everything's set up with me right now, that's not feasible. But I'm giving you the hint that this would be the point where if you want to stitch it on, you would stitch it on and then glue it down. Yep, that's good. Now the other thing is too, you don't want to get too awfully bulky because this is going to be close to the center of the signature. There you go. Simple, but I think it's lovely. Now, again, this is the part where you may want to, let me see if I've got something that's already cut out. That would work. Ooh, sticking to my fingers. It's too big. See. Too big. Not that. Just something small like that. That's what I need. I was hoping I already had something cut out. I just think maybe that you put a butterfly there. You've already got a butterfly. And it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's not quite right. You can't put that on there because you need to run it in the same direction as your tag. All right. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that might work. Let's see if I can just give it a quick cut out here. It doesn't have to be perfect. As if I could do it perfect. Okay, I'll probably just use the upper part anyhow. Let's see, a little bit more. Sorry, I can't talk and cut. I gotta concentrate on what I'm doing here. Okay, a little bit more. Just cut that off right there. Let's see what we got. Now, I think I'm going to do it like so. Yeah. I want to be able to read that. Okay, that'll work. Yep. Okay. And I'm going to put a little tag, label rather. My mouse moving. Oh, let me see. I gotta find a Tracy label here. I haven't got it underneath 50 stacks. I just had it out. Where's that? Alright, hold on a minute. I gotta find a folder. Here it is. Let's see. I need something maybe with a little bit of what color do we want? No, I don't want it to be too big. I think maybe a blue. Let's see what this blue looks like. Probably off screen again. Sorry. Perfect. That's good. Okay. We're moving on here. I don't want it totally lined up. Okay. I almost got this little section done. I'm afraid to look at the time. All right, so now we've got that done. And we've got a pocket. I'll throw that over there out of the way. Get rid of some of this stuff so I can see the table. Okay. So because this is here like this, I don't like that. So I'm going to do a little bit of collage. Let's see what this looks like. I may not like it, but we're going to try it and see. All right. Yep. We'll do that as a base, and then I'll put something else on top of it. That'll work. Dog, this thing gets stopped up every time you turn around, but I've got some little, those little rubber stoppers ordered. They're supposed to cover it to keep it from drying out and evaporating. So maybe I won't have so much trouble with it once I get those in. Yep, that's good. Now, okay. I need something else on there though. This looks a little bit weird. I need some, let's see what this looks like. That's cool. I like that. Yeah. And let's get that put down before we decide if we're going to do anything else. And then we'll move on. I think the other part I probably won't be quite as long because I kind of got stuff cut out for that and figured out. I say that, but you know how it goes. I need to check my time. It just takes like almost overnight for me to, when I've done a hour-long video. Download time is horrible. All right. Let me see. Yeah, we're on 40 minutes already. All right, let's see if we can move on here. We're going to leave that away for right now. I may come back and add something to it, but you'll see it in the end if I do. Okay, now, the other thing we need to get done right now is our little half envelope. Yep. And my thought is what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it like here and right here. And that way it makes a little tuck at the top by using this little part of the flap. Not coming out very well. All right, let's put it right there. Yep. So, I'll wait until I put something on there before I decide what I'm going to do. All right. This is kind of what I had in mind here. I think I'm just gonna glue that down. I may have to go ahead and cut off that little piece right there. Yep, that looks pretty good right there. So to make it quicker, I'm going to use this, and then I'll come back and attack the edges. This is really pretty. It's done by an artist out of UK, I believe. It's called Under the Cliff, I believe. It's really beautiful art. Trouble of it is, most of it is very, it's large. So it's kind of hard to utilize it in such a small journal. I'm just going to cut that off. I wonder if I could tuck it under. Yep, there you go. And I'll just glue that on right there. Tuck it under. That'll work. Yep. Now, like I said, you'll have to come back when you do that and glue down any of your little spots that are raised up. But I'm not going to take time to do that right now just because we're running low on time. All right, let me cut that off. Where's the rest of that? No, that won't work there. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. On the other one, I did a pocket right there, but if I do a pocket on this, I'm probably going to use vellum because I don't want to cover this up. I really like this flower. So probably a vellum pocket there is what I'm thinking. And let's go ahead and see what we're going to do here. Okay. So our pocket is sliding in this way. And we need a piece of paper on here. And let's see what we've got over here. Okay, so this is a little collage I did, and it's got on cardboard, or I mean on cardstock already, so I think we're going to use it. It's good. It's a neutral. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut out two sides. So I want the to face up like so. And I'll pull it just a little bit away from the fold there and glue it down. And then I'm going to just trim it off. I have to remember I want this side open. Okay. And I don't want to glue in there. Okay. Get it right on the edge. Okay. I went and covered up my little spreader thing. Okay. Now, cut this off without cutting the envelope, hopefully. Hopefully. Now, I want to make sure that this is still open. Yep. All right, let's see. This is kind of what I had in mind for this. That'll work. See how this might work here. Yeah, I like that, to have a little bit of a contrast color. Let's do it like so. Yep. Go. Now get this on. We're on a roll. I'm Gonna make it in an hour, hopefully. Oops, stick myself down. All right, I'm gonna have to put a little bit there. All right, I like that. All right. Now we've got this. Let's see what else we have over here we can use. Oh, here's my other collage. My other digital. Since we used that on this side, this will go good here. Or should we put it there? Huh. Decisions. All right, let's see here. What I had in mind. Is that. For that. And for this, I had this in mind. I think I kind of like it there. And it's almost the perfect size for it. Just a little trim and it'd be good. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna trim it off. See what we got. Yep, I think it's pretty good. All right, let's get her stuck down. I hope this is something that y'all will find beneficial and that you will give it a try yourself. It really is fun. I know I have to kind of rush it when I'm doing the video, and I don't take the time I would if I was doing it not being on a video, because time is of an essence. But I think the general gist of it you can get. Okay, very good. Now, let's see. Let's do the same thing here. Okay, where's my tear ruler? Heaven forbid. There it is. I don't think I'm going to tear that side. I'm just going to hand tear it. Yep. Maybe we'll reverse it. Offset it a little bit. And put it down like so. Yep, that'll work. Okay. gotta do some more tea dye and papers. This is my last two, and it just takes so long to do it. I've just been putting it off, and I shouldn't have, because now I'm in a bind. I don't have any tea dyed papers to speak of left. All right. Yep. Perfect. Like that. Get rid of that thing. I gotta get something else. This is all sticky. Get my book here. I love honeysuckle. It's really a invasive plant, I know, but it's also very beautiful. Just have to put it where you don't care if it goes wild. Let's see. Yep. Alrighty. Now, all we need is something on here. Oh, might work. Okay. What are we gonna do here? Let me see. There's something else I have. No, let me grab something else. It's not. Not singing to me. Hold on a minute. Oh, I know what I need. I have it in mind right here. That might work. And the other thing I had in mind was just a little steel here. Hold on. I'm coming. Oh. Okay, let's see what we got here. Those are too big. Prints are too big. All right. I think this might be pretty. What section do I want? Let's see. I think that's going to work right there. Yippers. It's gonna work. Okay, let's see here. Gonna cut it a little bit bigger than what I need and then trim it. at an hour, so I'm not gonna make an hour, but it's only a few minutes over, so maybe I won't be able to do the tags, but I can come back and, or just show you the tags once I get it done, because tags are not, you know, it's just a matter of choosing a paper and covering it. It's not as if it has to be done as far as, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? I couldn't see my mark. There it is. Yeah, that's good. Now this is how you're gonna see it. Oh my goodness, that end there is really ugly. What I did wrong on that one. That's a bummer. Let me see if I can cut it off and straighten it up a bit. I don't know what I did on that one. Oh, that was probably what I did when I cut it with the scissors. I can't cut a straight line, that's for sure. Okay, let's see. Yep, that'll work. And then I'll just trim that, because I want this to line up over here. Okay. Come on. Get her on the edge. Ah. Now, that little piece up there, I'm going to take a piece of my Yep, that'll work there. Oops, upside down. Now, what I think I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it on camera, I'm going to see if I can cut out a butterfly that looks just like that from these other butterflies. I don't know if I can find one that's exact size. Anyhow, if I can, I'm going to superimpose it on top of there and give it a little dimension. Then I'm going to use this right here, this little piece of fabric, and put it here for a hinge to cover that edge. I can go ahead and do that, I think, real quick. Make sure I'm in frame. And see if I can roll it over there. Might have to cut a little bit. Open it up, silly girl. Okay, I can't glue that down right now because I got to put a piece of paper there. Yeah. I forgot about that piece. Okay, so if that's there like that, and we have this other over here, so maybe what we need here, yeah, is a reflection of that. That's what we're gonna do. All right. I'm gonna mark it, cut it. I hope I got enough. Yeah, I do. Yep. All right. Gotta use that corner there. And there. I think I'll probably try to cut it just a little bit longer. I can always trim it. Gotta hold your mouth just right. That didn't come out just right because it isn't exactly a 45. How about that? So we'll have to do it the other way. I'll just hand cut it. All right. I think I'm gonna, that's glued down, so I'm gonna move over a bit. Yep. If that works. Huh. Got that little funny thing right there. All right, so what are you gonna do about that, Barb? Huh. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. It's kind of a cockeyed piece there. See? When I follow my marks, it doesn't come out right. Bugging me. All right. Third time's a charm. I'm gonna move it over so I got some leeway. And I'm gonna mark it like so. Yeah, there you go. Because that fabric is gonna cover that side up there. Right. So I could move it down just a little bit. Like that, because this is going to cover that up like so. Yep. Now let's see if I can get this angle. This is what the problem is right here. That won't work. If you move it, then your angle's wrong. All right. Maybe this wasn't such a great idea after all. I think it would have been better just to cut an angular pocket. All right. All right, last last chance. I'm going to cut it long. Yep, I'll cut it long. Oh, that's a booger. Didn't get my little butterflies in there. Okay, that'll work. Don't do what I did on this one. There you go, finally. Okay, glue that sucker down. Well, I may be tomorrow before this is downloaded, so let's try to get it done today for those who might want to try it. But as long as this is, unless everybody is working. Whoops. Hang on. All right, I gotta get it where that's even. And make sure I'm not doing my pocket shut. Yep. Now, I hope I have enough fabric left here. Barely. All right. There you go. Okay. Now, I'm going to cut out one of these little butterflies. I'm going to put it right there in the corner, it's kind of ugly there, and I'll probably find another one that I can put over here someplace, and I may even bring one down here. Yeah, I'm going to bring one down here so that it makes kind of an arch. That's my idea. Might have some more there, who knows. Alrighty, gang, I'm going to have to stop this. I still have to do more to this. I'm going to put my butterflies in there. Got to make my journaling cards. It goes like that. I gotta make my little card that goes in there, and gotta make something that stuffs in there. Gotta make a little card that goes in there. So that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you will give it a try and let me know what you think, other than the fact that the video was too long. But I couldn't get it done any quicker, even with cutting out everything that I did. It still took a little bit longer than I wanted to, but hopefully you'll get something out of it and you can try it for yourself. Okay, I'm gonna say bye-bye for now. This is Barbie. See you next time. Have a beautiful day.